I've just put in the navigate to the supercharger. I have 163 kilometers left. It's going to take me about 40 to get there. It says it's preconditioning the battery. This is good. Let's go. Probably not going to videotape the whole thing, just snippets. Right. Let's see. It says preconditioning. I've got my route mapped out. It's not on the blue line because it doesn't exist anymore. Oh, it's still only set to... yeah. Still supposed to do 60. And everybody's passing me. Anyway, it's not doing navigating on autopilot, and I am on the Glenmore Causeway, not Causeway, Glenmore Trail, traveling east, and it switched it off. So it is not adapting very well in Calgary. It doesn't seem to like. I mean, I see all these videos on YouTube where the car just seems to navigate through everything in the States. In Canada, in Calgary, there are very, very few places where navigate on autopilot works reliably. Heading out to Strathmore on Glenmore Trail and number 1 highway, it does not kick in. Now I've got this, yeah. Jerk we got driving here. Definitely got some sort of jerk. Pulled out in front of me, which caused my car to have conniptions. I should have hit the horn. Finally, now it's done its thing. It still thinks I'm doing 60. And I'm doing 70 in a 60 zone. That's not good. Oh, now it says 80. Okay, let's go. You just changed lanes. Yeah, well, the algorithms need a little bit more refinement. And now it's going back again. That's 3 changes in lane in less than a kilometre. For no reason whatsoever. Maybe I should record the whole thing. Oh, there's another Model 3 coming up. Actually, it's not a Model 3, it's a Model X. take this leisurely. I don't really need to rush. 153 kilometers. I'll be about 100. I was thinking actually maybe of winding that down a little further. Not sure how to do that exactly. Interesting. Why are you wiping the window? Let's just clean it anyway. It was interesting that you did that underneath a bridge. Oh well. Who knows? Not sure. Can't tell what you see on the camera. Oh well. Either it comes out or it doesn't. Leave this on for a minute or two. I want to see how well it gets onto Deerfoot North. It should start indicating to go over very shortly. Deerfoot North, 700 meters. Should be indicating to change very shortly. There we go, on its own. It did it just fine. And it's slowing down on its own to 60. Okay, that's enough, people. You can go a little faster. You're holding up a whole bunch of traffic behind me. Come on, figure it out. It's doing well. Just wish it would do it a little slicker, but it is doing it. And the 6 cars behind me are probably not very happy. But why are you in a hurry anyway? I can't imagine anybody's in a hurry right now with the pandemic lockdown. Now this is going to be interesting. I got a truck wanting to merge. But he's sensible. He chose the behind me rather than front. Okay, this should be smooth sailing. It usually does fairly well until it gets to about Memorial Drive, and then it decides usually that the some camera or other is blinded. We've got a perfectly neutral day. Not sunny, not cloudy. No real reason for any cameras to be blocked or blinded. That's all, folks, for now. We'll pick this up later. I'm trying to run the battery down a little bit. Trouble is, on this road, just going up a little bit further to Airdrie, there's a lot of traffic today. Auto steer speed restricted to 70, that's fine. There we go. Let's come off autopilot, which is funny because, yeah, I know. Let's see what it does here. It's still on regular autopilot, just not navigating for me. It's keeping to the 60, which is fine. It takes it's in Canada, it seems to not, you know, I've had this thing slow down unpredictably. I've had it not recognize speed signs, it just picks things at random. 70, 90, you know, those sort of things, and yet the actual speed limit is quite clear. Yep. Yeah, it's going to go all over the place. Let's come off this, go around the bend. It's not navigating me. Now it's gone straight back up onto autopilot. Navigate on autopilot. Oh, come on, don't need to speed up just yet. Now, are you going to... Yeah, you're indicating. I'm putting pressure on the wheel, and no, it came off. It was not doing what it's supposed to do. It was heading to the end of the merge. Oh, with any luck, I'm going to be down to about 12% when I hit the supercharger. That should be low enough. Alright, we're just coming into the Crossiron Mills supercharger. I've managed to run the car down to about 8%. It's gone back up to 9 now. Guess I've got some regeneration out of that. Okay. That should be enough to get me into the high charging bracket. Showing me that I'm down to 32 kilometers, which is less than 10% of the supposed 384 kilometers. It says now that we're going to be 40 minutes charging, and let's see how high it goes up to. I'm not sure how I can do this. Let's see if we can get zoomed in a bit here. $82 kilowatts. Well, let's just turn that off. So we got a bit of peace and quiet. That'll also put more power in the battery rather than... I've done everything I possibly can to make things as nominal as possible. And we might actually get to 100. Whoa! We actually made 100. That's only, I think, the second time ever I've ever gotten above 100, and it dropped right after that. This time though, this is a first. Oh, I'm impressed. But boy, what a narrow window to get to a point where you can, you know, get a high rate of charge. Well, that's pretty impressive. I'd like to see it get up to 1,000 kilometers per hour. That would be nice. I've never seen it up that high on my car at all. No, it's, come on, please go up there, up, 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 up. No, here it's hovering at 125. Oh, that would have been nice to see 1,000, even briefly. Now it's dropping. There it goes, it's starting to drop back down. It's barely got up there and it's already heading back down. Yep, 125 down to 120, 119. Doesn't stay up there long. As I said, I've done this once before where I got it down below 10% out at Strathmore on the east side of Calgary, and that's a V3 charger, and it just barely touched 100 kilowatts charging rate, and then it just went straight back down to about, I don't know, 70 or less. 50 or 60, I think it was. Very disappointing. That was the one and only time. And again, I'd spent a lot of time trying to get the car into the right state to get a good charge. I dropped the percentage. I drove over 50 kilometers. It said it was preheating. Again today it said it was preheating. But I've given it like twice the distance. Instead of just coming out to Cross Iron, I did 2 trips up to Airdrie to drain the battery down to less than 10%. Oh, flaps and things are changing in the car. I'm assuming it's rerouting heat or cooling. Well, today I am impressed. It's taken me 6 months to get to this point, supercharging about, on average, about once a month or so, maybe a little more, to get to a point where I actually went above 100 kilowatts charge rate. Even though it's only been for a couple of minutes, I will take that. And here we are about 45-50 minutes later, and we're just about done. I'm just going to cap it here at 374.75 and head on home. Another charge done, and that's from my free kilometers, which I still have because I haven't applied the current update, which I understand will wipe out any free charging that I've got left. So I'm going to hold off on that update as long as possible. Okay. We're now on a navigated path back home. And we're going to see how, there we go. One beep, and it's going to keep doing that all the way around here. I'm not very happy with this intersection, or the car, or something, because every time it gets near anything that requires some work, it panics. Now I've got my hand on the wheel, so it can feel me leveraging against it. See how many times it does that. Well, now it's going to make a liar of me. Just the once. I've been around this corner and it's made me respond continuously. Oh, thanks for the Canadian potholes. Where would I be without those? Alright, we're on our way. It did that quite well, actually. Woohoo! I like it when things do actually work quite well. Not getting my ears burned off by red warning messages and flashes of red. It's changing lanes again. I guess that works. It likes the middle lane. Alright, we'll pick it up later. As with my supercharging about a week ago, it said I was going to get back with about 89%. Today it's saying that I'm going to get back with about 88%. Yeah, that's it. Free supercharging, but I burn off 35 kilometers just going back home. Not an efficient use of freebies, but hey, don't have much choice. The one in Calgary isn't in place yet. That's only about 5-6 kilometers away. That would be nice. Only have to burn off about 10 kilometers round trip. The car seems to be handling itself quite nicely. It's decided it wants to go in the fast lane. Guess I better make it a little keep up with the traffic. I like it when things work.